Our next speaker is Kimberle Smith Austin, giving the speech, Still Standing, Still Standing, Kimberle Smith Austin.
I have fought 1,000 battles and I'm still standing. I've cried 1,000 tears and I'm still standing. I've been broken, betrayed, and belittled. I've been given up on and rejected, and I'm still standing. Toastmasters and my esteemed friends, my father, Dan Edgar Smith, still standing. Now, it was December 11th, or maybe December 12th, not sure. In 1946, Dan Edgar Smith, AKA Debo, was born in Quitman, Mississippi. Oh, I've heard the stories about this man. Now, I say this man, but he was my dad. My aunt told me at my dad's memorial, when he was 4 years old, just 4, that he had learned where his mother worked and escaped from the family house and went downtown, way, way far away, and came back and told his siblings, I know where mom works. You guys, come with me. Come with me, they said. What do you mean? How did you get there? He said, I walked. You walked? Yes. Only discovered that that was mile upon mile upon mile. None of them wanted to take the journey, so they didn't. Dad got in trouble, but now he knew where mom was working. See, he was a man who believed that standing was important. He always said, if you don't stand for something, you will fall for everyone. My dad has taught me so many things. Now, I was a little teenager and I didn't think of it that way. But as I look back in my life now, as a 50 something, I can see the stories, the truth, the revelations that I learned from Dad. And today I want to share them with you. Dad was fun. Fun beyond fun. See, my dad served in the military. And I remember one time he had this green army jacket. It was cool beyond anything I had ever seen. I wanted it. And I thought if I wore it, my friends would think I was cool. So I did. I said, Dad, can I borrow your green jacket? It was green, like camouflage. He said, well, I don't know. He then started dancing and jumping all over, and he fell to the ground and said, nah, I don't think so. You might get to your friend's house and have a party, and before I know it, no jacket for me. And I thought, this man is insane. But it really was a reflection of who he is. Dad taught me as a young girl, I was the only child at the time. He took me fishing and showed me the beauty of just sitting and waiting. Now, not fun originally, but when you caught that big fish and reeled it in, the joy, the elation that happened and came over me showed me that Dad was fun. Then he showed me how to cut it, to clean it, and best of all, how to eat it. Dad would take me on these adventures and show me little ponds of water where we can go fishing and have some fun. Now, fun was definitely a highlight. And I'll tell you, that's a characteristic I carry with me today. But Dad was also a fighter. If he believed in something, there was nothing he wouldn't do to make sure you knew that he won the fight. He would talk and talk and talk until you were done. You'd either give in and recognize that he won. Concede, my friends, concede. Now, if you believe in something, you stand for it. And that was his stand. See, he said, stand no matter what. Now, not only was he fun, but he was a fighter, but Dad had faith beyond anything I had ever seen. As a young child, I remember at the ripening age of 8, Dad told me a story about him going home to be with the Lord. And he was excited about it. Now, 8 years old, I was not quite mature enough to understand that. But I can tell you, he was committed to it. And I was so excited the day he had the opportunity to be where he had talked about for over 40 years of my life. He had the faith of a mustard seed, friends. There was nothing he didn't believe he could do, nothing he couldn't have. And as a result of that, he lived his life that way. He told me everything is permissible, but not beneficial. Even though he knew that there was things that could be done, he didn't always do them for the good of faith, for the good of being an example to me. But the best thing I learned about Dad was this value and this community and this connection with family. I'm a family girl. I didn't know it until I started having my own family, but I am. The things, the times, the experiences. As an only child, I had lots of brothers and sisters, AKA cousins. My dad took me to every single cousin's house, some that were first, second, third, fourth, and fifth cousins. I had the opportunity to meet my expanded family. See, he was the youngest of 5. He was the runt in the family, the troublemaker. Yes, his fun fighting nature caused him to get that title and that name. But there was nothing he cherished more than his family. And as a result, I have taken those principles with me. Family is everything. This man, the fighter, the fearless, the faithful man showed me so much and taught me so much. But what I loved seeing is how faithful he was. Faithful to his beliefs, faithful to his family, and faithful to my mother. I learned later in life that Mom and Dad divorced when I was only 2. What? When I found that out, I was amazed. But my father never left. He never left our side. He never disappeared. My cousin said to me recently, your father never loved another woman. In fact, they spent the last 12 years together. Dad and Mom were living life, sometimes good, sometimes not so much, but there was love, there was family, there was friendship. And I remember the day on August 8th at 5:55 a.m. when I got the call that Dad was still standing, literally. Mom had gone to the bathroom and Dad was standing at the sink and she's talking to him, having a conversation. And then she said his name and he did not respond. He's standing, but he was no longer present in his body. My father was a great man, a man that I cherish, a man that I love, a man that I model my life after. He's taught me so much, and I'm so grateful for the legacy. I have fought 1,000 battles, and I'm still standing. I've cried 1,000 tears, and I'm still smiling. I've been broken, betrayed, and belittled. I've been given up on and rejected, but I'm still standing. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.